Just burning a little yerba sante, I believe you call it. It is called. Just cleansing the space for us. I hope you guys are all doing well, either this Friday or Saturday, wherever you are in the world, wherever this video reaches you. Ooh, very loud. So today I'm guided to again work with the Starseed Oracle, and then we'll go into the deeper look with the Sovereign Vibrations Oracle deck. Yeah, for me, I've still been integrating a lot of different frequencies, honestly. Like this Cancer full moon and these codes that have been coming through have been different type of emotions and states of consciousness than I've ever experienced before. I don't know how you guys are feeling. Hopefully things have been integrating for you and releasing with the least amount of discomfort. Beautiful. Wow. Funny enough, as we say discomfort, we get cracked open. As I was saying, like, integration, releasing can be really painful sometimes, even just on an emotional level. So I love that this came forward. It's called Rock Bottom, Surrender to the Alchemy of Life. Yeah. But how beautiful is that frequency coming through, right? So let's see where, and I feel like there's a full moon behind her too. Wow, beautiful. Let's see what the messages are for this. 52. All right. Rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Don't let the weight and density of the world squash your tender spirit. Instead, let it call even more of it home into your body, at the center front of your life. It's through the extreme pressure of life's trials that diamonds are cultivated. It's when things are at their darkest that we cultivate proper faith and our light is ignited. It's through the crumbling that we can allow our wounds to be alchemized. Just take a deep breath there. Let your pain, sorrow, and losses make you, not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. Be open to being cracked open, wide open. It's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds and in ways we could only dream were possible. But first, they have to crack us open. Sometimes it hurts like hell. It's not nature's way. Whether you let it happen or not, it's going to happen. So surrender to the process. It's how the light gets in. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to move fully. Sorry, I'm going to say that again. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to more fully enter. When your soul cracks open, a space is created for the grace of the Holy Spirit to enter. Let your trials, your sorrows, your pain, and your losses transform you into more and more of yourself. Stay open to the possibility that your tragedies, your losses, your sorrows, and your hurt happened for you, not to you. Bless the things that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Surrender to the alchemy of life. And the inquiry is, how can you let life crack you open? Such a paradox, right? And I feel like this goes along really well with the messages that have been coming through this week. And it can be very scary, again, to be vulnerable, to allow ourselves to crack open. And I'm even getting like, when we can connect to our inner child, that is usually the one that's trying to break free, connected to our soul, our spirit, because when we're children, we are still very connected to our source frequency without so many conditions laid upon it. So however you can support your inner child will give more ease to the process of when we are cracked open. Yeah. There's so much coming through for that message specifically. So let's go a little deeper to get a little bit more specific. And of course, whatever resonates, whatever pops out to you, trust your guidance, trust your intuition. But I'm hearing there's like 3 main, almost like narratives for this reading for who is ever watching. It's almost like pick a cards, but so let's pull 3 cards. Let's do 1 card first. Okay, we got 2 cards for that guy actually. But we'll do 3 bundles. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. So let's say maybe all 3 of these messages resonate for you, maybe just 1, maybe only the first card, right? So in connection to cracked open, the first 2 cards that came out are divine guidance. I don't know if you guys can see it perfectly with the light. And then we get the Leo card. So I'm hearing this is specifically for a situation where it's almost like, again, we sometimes so much connect to our identity, to our ego state of this is who I am. And I'm getting that the Leo card is actually coming through to help dissolve these walls around who we know ourselves to be. And the affirmation is, I allow my heart to shine with courage and strength. I allow my heart to shine with courage and strength. And sometimes, I don't know if any of you are Leo or have Leo in your chart. This goes specifically to anyone, right? Because we all have all astrological energies within us, even if it's not in our birth chart specifically. But when I think of Leo, it's very much this persona of expressing who we are, having ourselves highlighted. And sometimes the opposite of that can also be when we knuckle down on who we are and don't really allow ourselves fluidity to change. So within this, the fact that we get divine guidance, the affirmation for this is, my soul is in alignment to receiving downloads and guidance from divine source energy. I follow the direction of my intuition. My soul is in alignment to receive downloads and guidance from divine source energy. I follow the direction of my intuition. So very beautiful message coming through. And I think that if you are feeling like you're hitting even mental blocks that are feeling painful when you're getting cracked open, or certain things are coming in and kind of bulldozing areas of your life or your mental state, and maybe this is the message for you, that allow your guidance to come through, and practicing as much witnessing as we can, either through meditation, connecting to nature, even going for a walk, when we can kind of allow our brain to just flutter off like the clouds and look at it from a different perspective. We can hear our guidance more. We can also feel safer to shine with courage and from our heart, even if we are getting cracked open on some sort of level. And we all face this in multiple different ways in our lives at multiple times, right? It's a never-ending process. All right, so the second group of energy from this cracked open, we get the forgiveness card again. And I know forgiveness can be hard sometimes, right? Forgiving ourselves, forgiving situations, people that may not understand us. The affirmation for forgiveness, I release with love, trusting the knowing that all has divine purpose. My heart is free and open. I release with love, trusting the knowing that all has divine purpose. My heart is free and open. And within this card, again, we have the flower of life symbols coming through. And within that, we can trust the sacred geometry, even if it doesn't make sense, right? Even when we're cracked open and we're like, why is this happening? Even if it's happening for us and we can feel that, it can still be very hard to exist or even do what we need to do in our daily lives, right? So maybe you're needing a little bit more forgiveness. Maybe the divine guidance and the Leo card within all of this is a connection for you as well. The last card and sector or section of energy that came through was galactic synergy. And I really love this card. Hope you guys can see it okay. Again, it's very much the portal energy, you micro in the center, macro outward of all connected universal energy. The affirmation for this card is, my DNA is aligned to the galactic synergy of the universe. My heart pulses to the galactic beat of divine order. My DNA is aligned to the galactic synergy of the universe. My heart pulses to the galactic beat of divine order. And I love how all sets of energy that we got from these 3 different groupings of cards is all talking about the heart being free. And I know that when we're feeling torn apart or seeing things from a new perspective that might be hard to digest, it's hard to keep our heart open. It's hard to sometimes even just feel what's happening in our heart. But again, in connection to this card too, there's a purpose. Even asking, why is this happening for me? How can I see this situation as it's guiding my life into a better place? And maybe the answers don't come right away, but they will. Sometimes we can look back and see things that were disconnected or felt disconnected, and then all of a sudden I get in this way of like, it's almost like I watch a movie really fast and all these things light up and connect, and then I'm zeroed in onto this purpose of why they all happened, right? Yeah, so if you feel guided and connected to these messages, I would invite you to really allow, maybe today specifically, or the next couple days, the weekend, to really nurture yourself, to even maybe journal or sing or create something that can also channel your transformative energy or what you're feeling, to give it a sacred place to express. Because maybe even if you're feeling discomfort or density in your being, it may be hard to be doing anything, right? But if we nurture that inner child that is trying to merge with us, we can allow there to be space for that growth and to even witness what's happening. And knowing that there is a galactic synergy to every aspect of our lives, even the smallest little details. Listening to our guidance, whatever that may look like, synchronicities, things popping up in your reality, all of a sudden you know something. But don't be afraid to shine bright. Have courage. And where you may not have courage, maybe you need to forgive. Maybe there needs to be some forgiveness. More unconditional love to see a connection of what's happening for you today or tomorrow, or just the energies in general, maybe the last 2 years. Maybe you're seeing your whole life from a new perspective. Wow, beautiful. All right, everybody. Love you so much.